Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody? I haven't been on here for a while. I told you when I go through things, I gotta vamonos to my own little world, but here I am. And it's the dreaded Valentine's Day for a lot of you. For the ones that have the love of your life, I am happy for you. You deserve the love of your life. You do. And the ones that don't have the love of your life, you also deserve the love of your life. So there's no need to ever be sad and say, why does everybody, because it feels that way, especially when you're going through karmic stuff. Why is everybody bypassing me? Why am I not happy? Why does everybody have someone and I don't? And not everybody has someone. It's what we put in our vision of what we think, what we're focusing on, because a lot of people don't know what goes on behind Ken and Barbie's bedroom door. I'm just saying. And it's not the fun stuff, okay? Not the fun stuff that usually goes on behind there. Good morning, Missy. How are you? Hello, DBR388. So I am on here today and I want to share with you some collective love messages. I'm not going to be on here for a super long time, but it's very important to me to let you know that don't let a holiday define who you are as a person or define how much love you have. Love is complicated. There's a whole lot of things that you have to go through to get love, because I have found the secret of love and I have found how to get people there. But I've also found out that most people don't want the way that I have to teach them, because it's going through and facing your karma, facing your shadows. I am going to, on the 19th this month, I'm going to be 42. I made it. That makes me happy that I made it through my life. But you know what? At 42, I'm like, damn. I sat down this morning and I was like, shit, it's been a long life. And I'm still kicking like I'm 20. But you know, I've been working really hard ever since I was younger, because I observed my surroundings, and I grew up well. I was taken care of. I wasn't neglected, but I was neglected of the self-love. That is super important, because most of the Gen X people were neglected of that self-love. We were like little mini adults smoking cigars, carrying briefcases at like 5, okay? How did our parents just send us out and tell us to come back later? They didn't know where the hell we were. We got into a lot of stuff, let me tell you. And if you were a kid of that generation and the 50s, the baby boomers, like, y'all really high five for y'all making it through your childhoods too, because man. But you know, I'm starting to understand what the definition of love is, and it's not this Valentine's Day definition. It's not the Hallmark definition. Most humans are taught conditional love, and therefore that's why we grow up and say, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z, because our love is conditional. The angel's love is unconditional, and that makes a huge difference when you start understanding all these things that we're going through to try to get love. We don't have to do all that. We really don't. Somebody made this up a long time ago. I don't know if it's a whole control aspect. So I'm going to tell you, it's very important for me to point this out. Not everything is heaven sent. Okay? Not everything is heaven sent. Just because that. Good morning, Alicia. How are you? I hope you are blessed and beautiful and shining like a queen today, whether or not you have Valentine's Day, because you are awesome. Hi, Scott. How are you? So ultimately, I want to share some messages and know love comes from in here. And yes, you do have to learn how to love yourself first. You don't have to be completely healed. Now, that's malarkey. But you do have to have a level of love for yourself to attract a level of love out there. Okay, so if you are not feeling good about yourself and you're just settling to go to bars, or you're settling to go to that low vibe place where you know you're going to meet low vibe macaroni and Pistol Pete just came in. That's funny. We just know and Toxic Mary. Yeah, I'm sorry if your name's Mary, but I've met some of them. Don't go there. Don't do that to yourself. And know that not everything, there's a light and a dark. Everything's got an agenda. Okay, so you need to also know that karmics, this is what I just found out, some karmics are sneaking in my timeline trying to mess stuff up on this timeline because we had a past life together. So there's that. And anyways, you'll learn that sometimes people that come back, some people that come into your life are not necessarily sent from the heavens above. They're sent from the darkness to trick you, to see if you're going to mess up your karma. Straight up. So you'll start being more mindful, of who you let in your energy and who you share your goods with. I'm telling you. So let's get into the messages. Still a little sick, but feeling better. Whew, this one flew out. I got a friend called Pistol Pete. That's hilarious. Oh, okay. Well, I can't show this one, but this is the healing card. Healing. It is the healing. And I was just talking about toxic love and raising your standards, because loneliness will make you wrong decisions every time. That's your ego talking when you start feeling lonely and you feel like there's no other options, so you just settle for whoever. Don't do that to yourself. We've done that. Don't do that. Because healing, imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. So I feel like whoever I'm talking to out there, a sacral chakra needs to be healed. That's where the spice of life is. And it's in your hips. It's also, well, it's not in your hips, but your chakra, your chakra is in the range of your hips right here. It's below your belly button and down. And right there in your hips. And that's where the seat of our emotion is. And that's where your sexual drive is. So to have a healthy interaction with your partner, and also not to be caught in lust, because we get caught in lust because our sacral is not open. And so when your sacral is not open, that's when you go get the players and the good times. But you know what? If you've ever got to be a part of that good time, the walk of shame can be a real thing for some people. And especially the older that you get, there are medical reasons not to just give your goods to everyone. And I know I'm talking to someone here, and I just want you to know, don't feel guilty about it. Just know that you need to send some love and light to your sacral. More than likely, it got messed up somewhere in the growing up. And I had to learn that. And I had to learn that I had a really unbalanced sacral. And that's why I was falling for all these toxic relationships. So instead of beating ourselves up and saying, because I love this card because it's so healing, they're sending love. This is what it should be. there needs to be some healing though. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. And if you have someone that is your ex, they're your ex for a reason. Evaluate that, because sometimes those karmic lessons are strong, and it's hard to fight them off. So let's see what else we got. Only time will tell. You need to focus on your healing right now and not the healing of another's, because that is their choice to make. That is their choice to make. But you have to be in the mode of love and receptive to love, or it's not going to come to you. You're going to get that toxic love. You got to see with the eyes of truth. I love this picture. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. That right there, her eyes are blue. Blue is the color of truth. She's also crying, but it's like her heart is enlightening. And that's why I love that. She gets some little hearts too. That's why she's crying, because it's like tears of joy. Because whatever will be, and you don't have to force it. Passion is coming your way though. So don't mistake healing or, whatever time you've been single. Don't confuse that for God forgot about you or the angels forgot about you. Simply think about this. When you have your person, do you pay attention to just your person and then you usually forget all your responsibilities? Now, if you're in the healing or spiritual awakening like myself, I can understand why God's like, yep, you keep wanting, we'll give you that in the future. But right now, you got some things to take care of. So I promise you passion in your future, but you need to get your responsibilities handled. You need to get these things handled. But you exude a magnetic and seductive quality, and that energy is surrounding you at present. So I feel like you guys this could even be some people out there that are healing right now because you went through the toxicity. And now, once you decide to fully let that person go, that's because people are like, what do you mean? I haven't talked to this person over 5 years. If you hold on to energy in your heart from a past connection, every time you think of them, that's like a phone call. You're sending out your energy to them. Have you ever done a reading and then like all of a sudden just your ex's energy is overpowering that reading? That is because that's because they're thinking about you. And like if that's how you send evil eyes to people, is you think bad thoughts about them, and that's considered sending an evil eye. So that's why you really got to get this together in there. And if you're constant in manic thoughts of I have to be with someone, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not going to be good enough until I find that person, or I'm not going to be happy until I find that, it's going to be elusive, I promise. Because it's like once you start opening up this heart, and I tell people all the time, because I'm not religious, but God lives in our heart, the energy of God lives in our heart. And when you tap into that, that's why you tap into it. You will bring your soulmate, because that's where, like, it's like a magnet. So that's why you can't close off your heart because you had a few bad apples or one really bad apple and you're just like, I can't no more. Know that was a lesson. But if you learn that lesson, I promise you, you're not going to keep getting those you're not going to keep getting apples unless you keep shopping for them. Nobody brings you apples on a daily unless you ask for them or, specifically, or you go out and buy them. So what you bring into your house, which is your home, which is your temple, you're out there making these choices to bring them to your energy, which is your temple, your house. You live in this skin suit. Be picky about who you bring in and stop settling for these people, because they hit your red flags. And you know what? I've learned a pretty You know, that's so funny because I'm hearing the song Poison right now from Belle Biv DeVoe. Poison. Never trust a big butt and a smile. That girl is poison. Yeah, because you know what? I worked at infectious disease. I've worked at the medical office, and I see what happens. There's no YOLO in that because you know what? I YOLO'd one night. Now I got a prescription that I have to pay $3,000 to keep alive. I'm not trying to burst anyone's bubble, but I am come on here to literally say the truth. That's why I don't have my music and all this, because I have been in hermit mode. I have been through my own karmic lessons. And God's been speaking to me a lot. And whatever anybody wants to think, that is on you, because I know I've had this gift my whole life. I just was never in a loving environment to open it up. And now that I have been working on it consistently for the past 5 years and consistently on my self-love, it is starting to open, and I'm starting to see what most of us are blinded to see, which is there's love out there past the visual. This helps to be attracted. You got to have that attraction, but if it's your person, you're going to have that weird attraction. Even you're going to get someone who may not even be that cute, but you're like, I like it. Just turn your head that way. Yeah, I like that. That's cute. Wrinkle your nose. You know, there are things that will take you by surprise that you will not understand. That's true love. Because when you're 80 years old, you need something more than somebody to pound you down and lay you on your back. I'm just saying. I'm going through some personal stuff with my family right now, and my mom's done got dementia. And she's not even 70, guys. I'm heartbroken. Can you imagine not knowing who you are? And I'm not that far from her. I'm in my 40s. And I understood very clearly, because nobody's concerned about it. Everybody's trying to not make it a big deal, which is like, wow. And they're just like, she's crazy. There's nothing wrong with her. She's crazy and being difficult. Dude, she's got dementia. I put that medical diagnosis because I've worked with enough people that have it. I know what it looks like, okay? But everyone around her is not putting that. They're putting something else. And I just want you to know, when you go looking for a partner in love and life, once you get past the schoolgirl of let's get it on. I'm hearing Marvin Gaye. Oh, babe, you need that, okay? I am not knocking that, but you need to look for a partner who does more than that. I promise you. You can have both. You can have looks, and you can have it good down there, and you can have it where they go out and they respect you. Did you know that is a triple combo that you can have that nobody tells you can have? You don't have to be the most beautiful model out there. You don't have to be the most handsome looking guy. I have seen, and I'm just saying this as a word because I don't call people names, but nerdy looking dudes, they will get the hottest looking chick. You know why? Because they're not weird to them. They're not creepy and clammy and rolling around 500 other broads all day, okay? That's the dude I want. If you're out there, come hit me up, because I don't do creepy, crawly, dirty dick dudes, okay? And if your mind's that way, your junk is that way. Girls too. This goes for the girls out there. And this is a song that's playing right now. I got chills, man, because I came on here to give some love messages to the ones that really want to hear some love messages and feel good about yourself and stop putting the love for these people that don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They give a shit about this. I promise you. I'm hearing the song, girls, you know you gotta watch out. Some guys are only about that thing, that thing, that thing. Yeah, I can't sing, but it's funny. This card came out too. That's that narcissist that's in your life. Check this out. I love this card. That's a snake wrapped around her. That is literally what the narcissist does to you. That is why you are so hung up on them. You can't fight the devil. You can't fight that serpent energy coming in there, slithering in. They come in and they slither in, and what is it wrapped around? Her mind. It is wrapped around her mind. And that's why you gotta stop. And you know what? You may be unpopular. I was at a club back in the day when I was on my magazine crew. And these guys met my, they came up. Now we're in San Antonio. I actually went to the LGBTQ club because my friends were LGBTQ. I was like, this is fun. But they met some dudes there, and these were hood dudes. And I came from Albuquerque. I know what a Saturday night in the hood looks like, okay? I already know. And my friends had been drinking a lot, and I am that girl that does not care. You want me to go out with you because I will never get inebriated past the point that I can't take care of mine. And that's why nothing's ever happened to me, because I've been freaked out about that my whole life, that I literally, if I'm going to drink or do anything, I have to have someone or I will not. I will do that on my own time. I will not if I don't trust people, because there's a bunch of bad things that go on out there. You got to have trust. But these guys were like, oh, we're just going to take them to the crib. And he was all trying to talk to me like I was a mom or something. I was like, bro, you're not taking her anywhere. I was like, if you want to take her and you guys love each other so much, you can. Yeah, he hated me. I was like the blocker of the year, and I didn't care because my friend was very, very inebriated, and I saved her life because I know what they do. I know what was going to happen to her, and there was two of them, and we're in some weird place. Yeah, San Antonio, the hood is scary, by the way. You've been there. It ain't no joke, and you better know some people. And those guys got mad at me, and then I had those girls, because they were drinking, so they weren't in their right mind, so I had to drive home with them, blah, 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 in my ear, because I wouldn't let them hook up with their dude, and I was like, cool, if y'all want to hook up so bad, how about you come hit me up, my hotel's here, because we stayed at a magazine crew. I have no problem with you guys hooking up. You come hit her up at like 6 o'clock at our hotel. You are not going to be taking her to some unknown barrio. Thank you. Come again. Red flag. I am responsible, and that's why I've made it to 42, because I've had my fun. Let me tell you. But, and if I'm walking and I see girls out there and I don't feel something's right, guess who's going to come in there and break up your happy time? Because I don't care. I will get yelled at. My dad was a narcissist, okay? And he drank and had anger issues. You think you're going to scare me? No. And I hope that somebody out there is listening. Never be afraid to stand up to anybody if you don't feel it's safe, okay? Because you don't want to have that call. Okay, better be safe than sorry. And if somebody truly cares, they ain't going to push something like that. They'll come do it like a real gentleman. What happened to the real gentleman back in the day that used to come take you to dates? Like, it was a big thing to ask your father's permission to come hop in the car and get on a date. Now we're just, I'm old. I'm old. I don't like this. I don't like any of this. This is not how it works. Because I love love. I'm a Pisces. I love love. I don't like toxic love. And it disgusts me how many people think that girls are just out there. Guys are just out there. Guys, too. Okay, it's not just girls. It's just disgusting. Heathens. All my friends are heathens. Take it slow. Heathens. So, okay. Anyways, we got healing. You're healing right now. Only time will tell, and passion. So you are, I feel like some people are interested around you. You're healing from some past loves. And that's why if y'all have been here with me, you know how my readings go. They just work this way. And you can go check this out on my YouTube, because I'm going to put this on my YouTube too. So you guys can go back to these readings. Spirit wants you to trust, though. Spirit wants you to trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it'll automatically transform. And this takes some time, especially if you have trust issues, because you don't even trust yourself. And I fully get that. But you know what? Don't have it cut you off from the trust of anything, and especially spirit. Because if the one thing you can put your trust in is spirit, you can even ask for a confirmation of a sign of what you need, and you will get it. Okay, because every prayer is always answered, but you have to have that trust, and you have to have that trust to know that your person is truly out there. And think about it this way, because I'm just telling you, because I've been doing a lot of reflecting, because my birthday's coming up on the 19th, so like 5 more days. Yeah, because I was supposed to be a Valentine's Day baby. That's why I got all the love. But God wanted me to be a Pisces, so he made me 5 days late, because I was supposed to be born today. But I've been thinking about this. When you do all this craziness, YOLO-ness in your 20s and your 30s, what happens when you get to your 40s and your 50s, if it takes you that long to meet your true soulmate? Because we all have another half to us. We all have a twin flame. If y'all want more to hear about it, come book a session with me. I'll talk about your twin flame all day. I don't do it on here because people on social media love to take the twin flame and just run with it, and they miss the whole point. So, but I will tell you, there is a true other half of you out there. Okay, it's split up. It's like you're in the biggest game of hide and seek you could ever be in. But I promise you, they're out there. They have to be healed. You have to be healed. You don't have to be fully healed, but you have to be to like a certain level of healing and high vibration to be able to come together. And I've also learned, so what I'm ultimately saying is, you don't want to go and ruin all of that and then feel guilty by the time you're older, and you're like, man, I shouldn't have. I wish, and then you have all those regrets. So you guys see what I'm saying? Like, you just have a bunch of regrets because you went and maybe you slept with a bunch of people, or maybe you kept trying to find Mr. Right and it kept being Mr. Wrong. And then you're like, damn. And then when you find your person, you're like, wow, I could have just chilled and waited, and I would have not even had. But, don't beat yourself up either way. I don't want you to have guilt. That's ultimately what I'm saying, is don't have guilt, and know that whatever is meant for you will always be. Your person is literally out there. So if you're like, nobody loves me, nobody cares, it feels that way. But also, Spirit has you in a period of transition to help you. You got to learn these lessons. And then that's your prize, is your soulmate. But you can't. Also, don't affirm that there's no good guys, no good girls out there, because the more you affirm that, the more the universe is listening and sending you the scumbags of the earth. I promise you. You have to say, I have obviously been fishing in the wrong river. I need to go find a different river to go fishing, and my person's out there, but until then, I'm going to learn how to love myself right now. And that's not trying to sound cliche. You literally have to learn how to love yourself, because making bad decisions, or what you consider bad decisions, because there's really no good or bad. The reason why you feel that way is because your higher self is like, no, don't do that. Our person's out there. We gotta not make this bad. You make that bad decision because you don't feel good enough about yourself. Your standards have been lowered because maybe you've had people around you your whole life tell you you're not worth nothing. Literally cast hate on you every day and say you're never going to amount to nothing. You're trash. You'll always be trash. No one will ever love you. You're not good enough. I'm sure you've heard these things. Don't listen. That is the darkness just trying to keep you stuck. Trying to keep you stuck. So you gotta trust. You gotta trust. Because that little voice of, they're all gonna laugh at you, is like, it's like the voice of Carrie. You have a good angel and a bad angel. Okay, it's your ego and higher self. Okay, which one are you gonna listen to? Because the devil likes to trick you, because they can only work through manipulation and to dim your light. Because once you shine up your light, guess what? All those demons, it's like the monster under the bed. It disappears once the lights come on. Turn on your light today. Don't let anybody steal that beautiful heart of yours. You've got some good things coming. And you know what? Don't feel bad if you want to explore. But don't, like, you can date and not have to give all, because it's, what is the saying? Don't give the whole, who's going to buy the milk if you gave them the whole cow? So maybe if you're stuck in these patterns of getting the player or the low vibe person, take it slow, because I guarantee you that's also a good way to show you who's down for you. They'll wait for you. Now, I'm not saying it's foolproof every time, because there are some patient narcissists out there that will plot and plan, but you got to use your intuition on this. But you know what? If there are actually people out there that appreciate you not hopping in the bed with them right after you meet them. Believe it or not, it exists out there, and those people aren't lame. And I've also learned that's a tactic of the darkness that it likes to use, is to call us names or to make fun of things. Because we're like, oh, we care about what people think. Most of us care about what people think. Even though we say we don't, we do. That's the biggest human ego thing that we have to learn not to care about what other people think about us. But that's what pushes us into those bad decisions. Because if you're patient and you're loyal to yourself, he's gonna reward you for your obedience, not only to him, but to yourself. That's why, and also when you sleep with someone, just for all, because this can be a very toxic holiday too. When you sleep with someone, you are absorbing energies. So if they have a lot of trauma, or if they have slept with a lot of people with a lot of trauma, guess where the trauma is going to, if you're an empath, especially. You don't want that. I don't want no dusty, crusty musties. I don't want their energy. I have, my energy is hard enough to take care of. I don't need y'all's darkness. Go take care of yourself and heal your own shadows, please. Thank you. Oh, let me know if this is hitting you guys, because y'all know it's the truth. Because we have lowered our standards in this new age of, like, there's a lot of things I like, but there's a lot of things I don't like. And I think I still come from the age of going out on a date, being, what is that? Because we don't even do it anymore. Where you have a suitor. We don't even do it anymore. We don't even take people out like that no more. That is crazy. I'm over here living in the 1900s. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims. It simply allows and gives. So before we get caught up on, I love him, I love her, what do you love about them and her besides the booty bang bang? We all know that is the first thing that made us push that red flag out and go, okay, I'm going to turn it blue. It is red. It is fire truck red. It's Target red. Okay, you can't get past that red flag. But what happens? We go, and literally we put the toxic love on our eyes. We're like, we're going with you. But push that red flag out. Yeah, I see red flags, and this is my fun thing. Ooh, you little toxic piece of candy that I can't have. It's like being a diabetic and knowing that if you eat that piece of candy, you're gonna go into a diabetic coma. And it's not gonna be pretty. And this is what happens if you're frustrated on the spiritual awakening, because this is what happens when you're in spiritual awakening and you're just trying to find love. It's tricky because nothing excites you. You see all those red flags and you're just like, man, and you're like all excited about it. And then, hey there, Susio. You see all those red flags and you're like, damn it. Yeah, when you're on your spiritual awakening, God's gonna say something to you if you negotiate. Those red flags are no longer negotiable. So, this is fun though. Thank you for the roses. Secret admirers out here. So, if you've been following here so far, you're on a healing journey. I see that you're opening up to yourself right now, but there is passion and there's a secret admirer around you. Someone is watching you, but you gotta have trust and you gotta know that you can't go in there and just smother someone. You gotta go in there and reciprocate love. I don't know, let's try to be friends. Let's try to be friends. Let's start out with friendship. Because I'm telling you, going back to my mom and seeing that she's got dementia, and this is when it really matters, is when you're old and gray. We're so caught up in the physical and the right here and now and YOLO and hurry up and fast, do it now, whatever. Telling you, you better start planning now because I already know when I'm older, somebody better be taking care of me. Do not put me in a facility. And this is where it comes down to who's the partner that you have. Who cares? We don't think about that stuff until you can't make your own decisions no more. And then all of a sudden, you're at the mercy of your narcissist. Keep that in mind, guys. All right. Preach. Well, we're doing love messages. We're doing the angel love messages, though, because I don't like the talk. I love readers that are clearly don't know what they're reading either. And I see them and I'm like, whoa, when did that card mean that? So you guys be careful where you're getting your messages at, because like I said, darkness has an agenda, light has an agenda. You got to use your discernment. Discernment. Spirit of discernment. And don't make everything fit either. People love to do that these days. They love to make everything fit. It's kind of like the lady when I she was my babysitter. I worked in infectious disease and I would tell her something. And I was telling her about a disease or something. She's like, I think I have that. I'm like, you do not have this. You do not have this. What is that when you're hypochondriac? Yeah. Everything I told her, she's like, I have that. I have that. Physical touch. I love this. A tender touch can mean so much. The number 47 is there. So, we got secret admirer, physical touch. Be authentic. That's important, is to be authentic. Be real and true to who you are and how you feel. There's a couple of things. Swan here, and I'm literally hearing the ugly duckling. It came a beautiful swan. And I'm seeing a chameleon here. Wow, there's so many things. You got to elevate that mindset of what you think about yourself. And it's not what you say out loud. It's the thoughts that nobody hears. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. And the number of, look at 39 and 40. I love this because that is a synchronicity right there. And then you got 47. So if you look at that, this one's number 39. And this is number 47. And then we got physical touch, be authentic, and be in the present, and dream of the future. And that goes back to touch. Sometimes just giving somebody a hug. Being in their presence. Being gentle. I'm hearing being gentle. We need to learn how to be gentle with each other. We need to exude love, not lust. That's the problem here. We're getting lust and love confused. And it's, I'm hearing ebb and flow, like the tide of the wave. Sorry, I'm trying to get this. You see that sunrise right there? And you see those waves, like when you have the ocean, the waves come in and out, back and forth, right? You got to elevate that mindset up. There's a lot of chameleons out here that aren't speaking the truth, so you need to use your discernment. But ultimately, the more that you get down to your authentic self, I'm hearing the ground roots. You're going to start feeling joy. You're going to start meeting your person, because your person is the other half of you. Think about it. And they've got to get to a level of healing too. So you need to, the more that you heal yourself, that actually, because y'all have telepathic energy, by the way, to relate with each other. So the more that you heal yourself in the spiritual realm, in the 5D realm, y'all are connecting, especially when you sleep. Okay, that's where twin flames connect at. Okay, and they chat, and that's why you get all these ideas. So whenever you want to give up on your healing, know that you're doing it for yourself if you're trying to attract your maiden, because the more you do it, the quicker. There's no time on this, by the way. I can see this is going to happen in about 3 to 4 months, but literally human time doesn't exist in the angel world, and it's all about the choices that you're making today for your future. It's kind of like saving money today so you have money for later. So just because you're beautiful, guy or girl, don't give up all the goods to everyone, because then you won't have nothing to give your soulmate. And then you're going to kick yourself in the buttocks when you go through your spiritual awakening, because this is happening with a client. Their person, their twin flame went and gave out all the milk and cookies to everybody, and then ran into their twin flame, didn't know it was their twin flame because their head was so far stuck up their booty that they went and kept doing the same things and hurt that person, right? Ghosted them, hurt, and then wants to come back. And how many times have we heard this? I'm sorry, you're the best thing in my life. Yeah, the grass isn't greener on the other side. But you know what? I can't take you back. That's just making me go backwards. I'm just going backwards now. And ultimately, that's your karma. We have to remember we can't rescue everyone, because people make their own choices. And in love, that's the hardest thing. But you know what? Why do empaths fully love and forgive? I was just thinking this morning, we fully love and forgive everybody. You could have done the most to us, and we're still up there like, I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's okay. Everybody else is like, why? Why do you care? I don't know. It's because we've been programmed that we weren't important. A lot of us got put to the side, and it's not that we didn't have it. People take that so. I've told people stuff and they take it very offensively because we're also programmed to be very defensive about our families and stuff and our parents. But this day and age, we're starting to wake up and go, they might have something to that. My mom and dad loved me. My grandparents loved me. But there was stuff, and it's stuff that they didn't even know they were doing. That's the sad part about it. And it just kept getting sent down to generation. And if you have kids, your kids are watching you and the way you love. And your kids are going to love the same way that you love. That's another reason to think about the way that you're doing, because you also have these cords connected to your kids if you have any. Or if you don't have kids, for your future, you may want kids later on down the road. Make wise decisions. Don't ever let lust, peer pressure, guilt, any low vibrations, don't ever make it push you into a decision that you're not ready to make. And if people make fun of you for not doing something, oh well. I don't see them doing it, because a lot of times you'll also see those little hyenas that are over there going, do it, do it, do it. Will never do it themselves. They just want to see if they can get you to do it, because they chill with the darkness. Crazy thing I heard, I've just learned, because I'm not religious, but I like to learn stuff, and so I'm still learning concepts from like religions and stuff. But succubus, here's a fun thing. A succubus is a demon that will attach themselves to someone who's either very promiscuous, or if you've ever had, it can be transferred to you at a young age when you're, if you've ever had something, had any kind of attack on you, SA attack. And ultimately, this is the one, what happens is it takes your life force, and they call it your spiritual husband, your spiritual spouse. Apply this to people that you know that are super promiscuous. Did you know that the succubus just sits there and sucks all your energy, and it also thrives on that lust, so it makes you feel more lustful. Also, it is jealous over, if you're a guy, it's a female demon, so it's jealous of other females. It'll make you broke. Oh, and also if you're self-pleasuring, it can attach that way too. So these are things to think about. And I'm just telling you guys this because it makes sense, because I'm like, why are people so promiscuous? Why are people so drawn to that? And we're going through this spiritual warfare, and I'm serious. I've understood that there's no joke. This is like, I always thought, oh, that's a cop-out. And because I feel like there's a lot of truth in religion, but there's so much that was inserted. But that one right there, I was like, wow, how have I not heard about this before? Because it makes sense. They're not literally not working up here. They're checked out. It's like they got a spell put on them. And that's something for you to think of. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this, because those are usually the toxic ones trying to come get you. If they have one of those attached to them, guess what? You're going to be another heartbreak, and they're not going to shed a tear. And that is why your toxic person, your narcissist, your whoever that broke your heart, for whoever I'm talking to out here, they're literally not at the wheel driving. And that's almost sad. Like, that's how I forgave. I was like, wow, that's sad that you're inside. You can't stand, like, I get knocked down, but my will to get up is like nothing else. And most of us are, if we're survivors or if we're chosen, just because that's how we made it. And I get spiritual attacks over here, and I'm like, whatever, because it's about your mindset. This stuff is only, the darkness and spirits and all that can only take over the willing, okay? They can only take over the ones with not the capability, they don't have the knowledge, or they just don't have the inner strength. Because believe you and me, they don't come over here unless I'm having like a bad day, or I'm having a lot of stuff going on, but it's very rare. Lately, I've had to work through, I had to work through my friend's passing. I finally closed up that chapter in my life, and they like to come mess with me when I have these moments of weaknesses, because I have moments of weakness. It's okay to have moments of weakness, but I am not a weak person, and most of you know what I'm saying out there. You're not a weak person. So don't ever say I'm weak, I'm bad, there's nothing. Don't ever ask what's wrong with you, because if you say what's wrong with me, every demon in the 50-mile radius will come over and tell you how bad you are to get you up in your head, because that's how you get over to the darkness. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you're appreciating these love messages, and I give real messages of love, not toxic love, because I've been in toxic love. You don't want that. You don't want the shallow and it's fun for a moment. It's not even fun for a moment after you've been through it before. You're like, I've already been there. I'll pass on that ride. Thank you. You are more than welcome to go join that train, though. I'm good. I thank God every day that I made it up out of Albuquerque with all the toxic people that are there. Holy cow. If y'all could have seen the odds that I was going up against growing up, I'm pretty proud that I made it to where I am in the condition that I am with my head still attached, because some of my friends didn't make it with me. All right. Let's see what other messages we have here. Give you guys a couple more, and then I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for the likes. Hello, Rico. All right. Let's see. All right. What do we got? Spirit. Yeah, that trust is coming out. You got to trust Spirit. You got to trust, if you're asking, or you got to start asking Spirit more. The situation is calling for you to have faith. It's about you coming in pure spirit and having that passion. They're going to speak their truth, but you got to let it happen in divine timing, because everything happens in divine timing, not our timing. Also, what could you do to start making the effort? Maybe somebody is reaching out to you and you're just like, I'm not going to connect with them because maybe they're not your type. But also, not your type might be a good thing. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Trust your intuition and listen. Listen to your inner child. That's that inner child. I love this picture because that's just such a fun, let's get back to that kind of romance. That's where the romance is. That can exist at any age. Okay? It's about what you do. It's about what you do with what you given, because like you say you don't want toxic, but then they send you the nice guy. And also I've learned that if you've been in a lot of toxic relationships, and it makes sense, if you get with a normal person who doesn't love bomb you and act cray-cray and bipolar all the time, guess what? It's going to feel kind of boring. It's kind of like if you've lived the nightlife your whole life and went out clubbing till 4 a.m, and then all of a sudden, and you traveled a lot, And then all of a sudden you move in, and you get married, and you get off the road and you stay home. You're like, whoa, what just happened here? But it's good. Change is good. Because I'm hearing you can go make the fun. You got to make the effort though. And you got to get out of your house. Some of us are so traumatized with the COVID and people that we don't get out of our house. And we're like, we get out of our house, we run into a demon. We're like, yep, that's enough peopling for today. I get it. But also, no, unless you want to, if you're trying to find love and you're going to end up having to hook up with your delivery driver or the convenience store man, are going to be your choices here if you don't start making yourself somewhere available. So if you're not going out of your house, then make yourself, but be careful on these apps too, because now that it's like I've noticed a change because I've been on social media for a long time, but now I've noticed a change. And since COVID hit, this is like the new, like this is how we chat with everyone. This is like having an iPhone. Everybody gets on a live. Everybody gets on their TikTok, whatever, to chat with each other. But be careful because not everybody's heaven sent. And there are some, y'all already know there's some toxic ones on here. Be mindful, okay? But don't let the toxicity scare you from not reaching out either, okay? Because it's just about putting up your protections and knowing you can go try something. If you don't like it, you don't have to stay around those people. You don't have to stay around that thing. You don't have to stay at the club. You can leave. Give yourself permission to leave, because I have made myself stay places before. I'm like, why? Oh, that's because I didn't have a ride home. Always make sure you have a ride and exit out. If you're an introvert, always make sure you're able to leave when you want to leave. Don't be, because it's going to suck if you ever have to worry about someone else. Right now, I feel like somebody's going through like maybe some marital problems right now, and the honeymoon is literally over. But the relationship's not over, okay? But it's about making that effort. Somebody really needs to hear this right now, is that you need to make that effort towards that love. And if it's the love that you truly want, make that effort. If it's not, let that person go. Okay, don't, that's why people stay in relationships forever, because they don't speak true words. They don't tell you their true intentions. They just, garbly gook you and tell you stuff you want to hear, and then they get bored and then they're out of there, and there's no reason. It's because they were literally bored, so they left, and that's why they ghosted you. For whoever's going, but why did they ghost me? That's why. They were bored and they're not emotionally available, because somebody with a higher emotional IQ doesn't ghost people because they can't express their feelings. So yeah, and this goes, there's two warning signs here, and these are both reversed. Love yourself first, and this was reversed, so it says this could be the one. This is not the one. This is not the one. If you were just joined a while ago and you heard what I just said, comes back to this. This is not, these were both reversed. You're not loving yourself, and there's a third party. And if you look at this guy is got one foot in the door and one foot out. And look at her hanging on to him, and he's like, I gotta go. Love's calling. Yeah, because you're over there got 5 other girls you're talking to. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So this is your confirmation for whoever's tuned in right now. This person is not the one, because these both came up. I'm going to repeat that again, because I'm going to hold them like this, so y'all be like, but it's right side up. This is not the one. Repeat. Not the one. Not the one. Exit. Run away. Run, Forrest, run. Not the one. Not the one. If you get into this one, the one that you think's the one, you see all these angels gathered around? That's going to be all the people in your business spying on you, gossiping. And then the other people that want these people that were their exes that aren't going to have them are just going to make it terrible. And it's not going to be fun, and you're going to be fighting, and it's not the one. Do yourself justice. Fight that ego. Fight it. Don't do it. Literally, don't do it. Not worth waiting for. Not worth waiting for. And this is coming up because reversed. It came reversed. There's no attraction. The only attraction that's here is lustful attraction. Okay? But Spirit says that you would get more fulfillment out of someone literally coming by and telling you you look pretty than you would in this relationship. Because there's going to be a whole lot of regrets and not funness. So there's a caution out to someone, because this is Valentine's Day and we know it's a toxic day. So I'm going to give another message because I don't like to end it that way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Thank you guys for being here. Spirit is saying to flirt. Start recapturing your inner child is what I'm hearing. You need to flirt. You need to have fun and start expressing your love. Okay, and I'm hearing Romeo and Juliet. Now let's not make it toxic like Romeo and Juliet and have that cat and mouse, okay? You gotta, if you like someone, tell them you like them. Okay, you don't want to regret that. You don't want to tell someone, that's why people, how many love songs have they made? And I'm hearing the song, she was the one that got away, the one that broke my heart. It's a country song. Yeah, I can't. She was the one that got away. That's what I'm hearing right now. Gotta heal those family issues, because all this toxic love is coming from toxic parents that didn't know no better, or they did, and they gave us the gift of this toxic love. Ugh. All right. Let's switch it up. That's why I don't do love readings too much, because so many love songs about biting. The gift. The gift of PTSD, the gift of animosity, the gift of cruelty. Shit, I could go on and on. So now that we've shared our love messages out there, because I can only do them so much, because I'm telling you, when you find out what true love is and toxic love is, it's hard to entertain the toxic love anymore. I just can't. I never wanted to entertain it in the first place. I got tricked. I got tricked. That's what my ex did. He friggin' tricked me. And that was my karmic lesson. I got tricked into getting married. I got a 10-year karmic lesson for that. High five. High five. But look, I even got that tattoo. That's funny that I show that. And that's why I have it on my right arm, because it says shameless. Because I have no shame. That is not why I didn't know. And it's not that show, because that show is disgusting. I tried to watch it, but I was like, bro, like, y'all are too much. That's like, it's just too much. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for our collective out here that they need to know on this beautiful Valentine's Day? Whoa. Well, that fell out quickly. You can tell it's love Valentine's Day. Desires. Thank you for the... Oh, thank you, Wiley. I appreciate that. I got roses today. Hooray. Beats getting stood up. I've gotten stood up twice, so y'all can't beat that. I'm telling you, this got stood up twice. I am not an ugly girl, and those guys were losers. Have me dressing up all up in a nice dress, sitting there waiting, and they're like, I'm on my way. Screw you and you're on your way. Start learning how to tell people, I'm not coming. He's got some karma he had to pay off. I feel okay. Aw, thank you, Wiley. I appreciate that. I love roses. Oh, yeah, that was like a long time ago, but I like to, my gift is to share things that have happened in my life because I'm an activator. And when I share my story, that's what God has told me he wants me to do, is share my story because it will help someone out there. And I know how many people wake up dreading this day. And you know what? We don't talk about the darker aspects of what happens on this day. That's why I'm literally up here. I got a lot of fire in me today because Spirit wants me to get up here and speak and let you guys know. So whoever's life I had done helped out today by letting them know that you are completely awesome with or without a partner. Okay, that person doesn't make you a better, they can help you, but ultimately you are your own amazing person. And that's why I want you to come up here, because I have no shame in anything that I've done. It's got me to my life. And in 5 days, I'm going to be 42. So hooray for even making it past my 40s. A lot of my friends are up there. All of them. I have new friends, but like all my childhood, yep, bye-bye. Like I pretty much live solo dolo over here. That's my plan as well. I appreciate all your support. It's about to go live myself. Have a great day. Happy birthday. Thank you. I will come catch you on your live sometime. You guys go follow Wiley. He is awesome. I love all my TikTok people on here. And I haven't been on here in a while, so I got extra energy. But change me, divine beloved, into one who offers all longings to you. Let me feel whole. Know all true needs will be handled. You are my source for all. So whatever your desires, whatever you're longing for, know that Spirit will help you with those. If they're for your highest good. If they're not for your highest good, guess who's not going to help you? Because Spirit's not going to help the demons. They're not going to help the darkness out. So when we have our desires, what desires are we talking about? Are they for your highest good? Or are they to simply satisfy your pleasures of the flesh, of man? And that's literally, we're down here to see if we can walk in a holy world. And if we can walk in an unholy world and not be submissive to the sins here. Like, who are you going to follow? Who are you going to follow? God, or are you going to follow the devil? And that is the choice you make with every choice, because you can always go back to God, by the way, always. By saying, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for what I've done, God. Please forgive anybody out there who needs forgiveness right now. Forgive them. They know what they've done. They feel wrong. They're going to work on healing that and work to understand and reflect on the wrongs and work better to walk in the light and not the dark. And so it is. Amen. Somebody needed to hear that. Hello, my beautiful angel. I love my tortuguita. I love my tortuguita. And I have a turtle literally right there. Boop. Told you. I got that in Hawaii, by the way, my friend. And that's what I think about every time. And I told you you remind me of my friend. And every time that I talk to you, I think about my friend Georgia because you have her energy. And it's crazy that the turtle is my spirit animal. And there it is. Ding, ding, ding. That's how you know your people. This is coming out reversed. Burdens. Some of y'all are having some heavy burdens out there. And I just said that prayer because Spirit wanted, know that you always have the chance to go back and repent. Okay, but society is this way because the darkness works on manipulation and they like to make fun of you because usually people make fun of us. We do what they say. Not me. I'm not. I've been made fun of my whole life. And actually, I'm that person who will walk down the street and do something in front of everyone, like fall or something. I am that person. So I've been being laughed at my whole life. So not all of us, you can push us into doing stuff by laughing at us. But you got to go to that fruit tree. You got to go to the one that's not bare. Okay. Your past, the stuff, if you're trying to pick out stuff, pick. This is crazy. I'm hearing Garden of Eden. So it's about, because we're on this, good or bad, the garden of, or the tree of knowledge, whatever. It's about which one are you going to pick on, the forbidden fruit, or are you going to wait, even if this one maybe is not fully lush like that one. Maybe be patient, okay? Because we can't always move forward to the next thing. That's one message is here. And another message is pick things with your passion. I'm hearing pick your desires with your passions. So like have your passions going behind your desires. Okay, don't just it's about shallow surface layer. That's what most of us are living in. The surface layer emotions, surface layer things. Okay, and that's why you got these burdens, because you're literally worried about things that are surface layer that may or may not happen even. Your cards are always literally on point. Thank you. And if you're the elephant, it's about being, I'm hearing the matriarch, the leader. Okay. If you're a woman, it's about being the matriarch of, and I'm seeing a dove, guys. I can't even make this up. I'm seeing, and I'm not even going to move because it's going to fly away and stuff, but there's literally a freaking dove on the tree out there. I'm tripping. I don't see doves. Doves is literally like, I'm going to try to show you before it goes away, but doves are literally spirit. I don't even know if you can see. I'm tripping right now. Let's see. By the time I figure out the button, right? By the time I figure out the button, right? Button, right? That's why I don't like flipping my camera. even know if you guys could see this. See that bird on the right? Right there? You can kind of see him. He's to the left in that middle branch right there. That is a dove, guys. And when doves show up, that's literally spirit. And I'm sitting here talking about this. Talking about good and evil. And literally a dove. Yeah, right there. And we're going to take this moment for God and for the angels, because that's a dove. And when doves come in, that's literally spirit. Thank you, God, for everything you've given us. Thank you, Spirit, for seeing us and loving us and helping us have another day. Thank you for coming and hearing and giving us confirmation that everything's going to be okay no matter what's going on in our life. Thank you, Spirit, for being here, for helping us follow your ways and follow your light, and to release all this darkness that's been attached to us for centuries in our genealogy and our lineage and our everything. Thank you for loving us enough to give us a chance to come into your light at any time when we renounce the darkness and say that we want to come. Thank you for giving us that option. Thank you for forgiving us anytime that we come and accept you as our Lord and Savior. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, everybody, just for giving us this day to day, because life is precious and it's not always going to be here for us. Tomorrow's not promised, but we know that tomorrow is promised to be beautiful if we put our love and our faith into you. Thank you, angels. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. Amen. And so it is. All right. Hold on a second. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate it. I hope that helped you guys, whoever needed to hear that. That was just a confirmation. That was such a beautiful, I'm so excited for whoever got to see that here. Because that was such a beautiful confirmation. If you've been worried or fearful about something, that is literally God coming down here saying it's going to be okay. Have you ever seen touched by an angel? The whole thing is a dove always flies by at the end or at the beginning, because it's God, right? Because God's not an evil man who sits up there with a cane and tells us we suck. No. It's the four elements: water, air, fire, water. I always forget the water sign. I'm a water sign. What's wrong with me? You got some decisions to make. These are creating burdens in your life. But Spirit wants you to know perfect actions are being shown. Change me, divine beloved, into one who can offer all decisions to you. May I trust during times of transition that the perfect actions will be shown. Grant me patience to allow events to line up as they need to. And so it is. Amen. I love this because he's got a bow and arrow. Where are you pointing your bow and arrow? If you want your life to change, you don't like the unfun, the burdens, the crappy part of it. Okay, but what plan do you have? Do you have a direction that you're going? Or are you just stuck on, I need this to be done. God loves me, so God's going to just make it over. No, God didn't create all this horrible, mean stuff. I'll just put that out there. And you guys can either agree to disagree or agree with me, but I'm not religious. I'm telling you a concept that will help you understand God, because so many people have God. I literally took some time, by the way, to get my understanding of God. So this didn't just come to me overnight because I watched a YouTube video. I literally spent a whole summer, went to a church and did a whole bunch of things and learned about God, because I went to a church who was very awful to me and did not accept me in there. And here I come. Yay! We're going to do this. And I was excited. I was like, spiritual church. Woo! And those people were like, why is she so weird? Why is she so happy? Whoa, what kind of church did I just walk up into, bro? Like, I literally told these people I would do free work for them. I would, what is that? Donate my time. And I didn't go back to it because I said all this and then nobody called me. And then like 2 weeks later, I just get an email saying, okay, well, we have this. I was like, yeah, I'm busy. Should have got it when it was right for the picking, because it ain't right for the picking no more, bro. You gotta have those decisions. But you gotta be truthful with yourself. It's hard to be truthful with others because we're afraid of people, what they're gonna think about us. And you can't heal. This is why therapy, when people go to therapy for extended amounts of time, you've almost like built this relationship up, and then that's why people have hard times, like they've been in therapy for 10 years and they're like, I still haven't healed anything yet. That's because you don't have that exact plan of action. We're just ruminating on everything. To heal, you actually have to go in there and grab it by the horns and pluck it out by the root. That's how healing is. It's shadow work. If you guys need help on shadow work, come hit me up. That's my specialty. Unfortunately. I've been so stressed with school. I understand that, and that's why I'm hearing time management. So you right now, to get back in your groove, they're saying you really got to plan out your day just for at least the next month. So get a piece of paper and write a calendar, and don't put it, this time. It's more time ranges. So you're going to go do them in like 4-hour increments. What are you going to do in each 4-hour increments from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed? This is literally the way that I get back on track when I've fallen off, because if not, you're going to get overwhelmed with your kid. You're going to get overwhelmed with school, and then you're going to get overwhelmed with your partner and life and everything else. So it's important to have a loose schedule, but to have a schedule and it sounds silly at first, but it's that pattern, and it literally takes about 2 weeks to make or break a habit. Okay, that's the starting point, but to make it stick, you got to keep following that. This is to create the new pattern of behavior, right? But to actually make it stick, you need to do that for at least a couple months. And once you start practicing something long enough, what are you going to do? You're going to get better at it. It's kind of like if you're a motivational speaker. I didn't come out here being able to just speak like this. It took me a lot of healing, a lot of confidence, a lot of things to get out here. But I'm doing it. I'm doing a pretty good job at it. I think so. And if other people don't think so, well, that's their opinion. Because I'm going to give myself a pat on the back. I think I'm doing a pretty good job. When I reflect back on my life, and this is what happens when you have birthdays coming around, you reflect on your life and you're like, all these things. Well, now I'm in the later stages of my life, so I got to really get focused on, okay, I'm in my 40s. Logically and literally, what do I have time and energy to focus on and do right now? Okay, if I'm going to make my dream come true, I better do it now. It's that spirit of procrastination. Procrastination. Say it with me, procrastination. It's the spirit of procrastination that gets us, especially if you're a Pisces. The 19th is my birthday. 5 days. I was supposed to be born today. Went to bed, woke up at 3 a.m. to finish at 4:44. This is why we never clicked with the typical crowds people. Nope. And you got to work on those boundaries. You're getting these burdens because you're not listening to your intuition, and you're creating burdens by not following, standing strong in your boundaries. And that is like when you take on too much that you can't handle simply because you're trying to be nice. But it doesn't work out for you if you're trying to be nice for someone and then you end up half-ass doing the thing that you were going to do because you had too much on your plate. That's why it's important to, this will help ground you back and get you back. You need to get a pattern going. Okay, because that we're not, we fight against this. As survivors, we don't like patterns because we've had patterns all our life, and but those patterns all our life, and but those patterns are needed. Even your ego may not want to hear it right now, but you need those patterns right now if you're trying to get yourself up and going and back into the world and back out there. Or, you're starting school up again. Oh my God, I was till 11 p.m., went to bed, woke up at 3. I'm entitled to say no. Change me, divine beloved, into one who easily sets boundaries wherever needed. May I feel entitled to say no to any situation that feels not right for me. Fill me with divine confidence. Speak through me. And so it is. Amen. And I love this, honoring. I am kind and loving. Change me, divine beloved, into one who honors my emotions. Let me feel my feelings without judgment and then release them. Show me how to be kind and loving to the child inside me who needs care. I love to wrap this up with this message. This is awesome because I'm going to go ahead and get off here. It's not that I'm ignoring people. I'm tired after that house and work and my mom life. Yeah, I juggle to talk to people instead of focusing on my house. Yeah. Go MIA, girl. Y'all are lucky I even came out of my hole because people couldn't even find me on Facebook. That's how MIA I went. I went so far under the radar. Y'all would literally need a metal detector to come find me. That is called self-care. That is called self-preservation. That's called hermit mode. Do that. Okay, because when it comes down to it, who do you care about in life more than anything? Your kids and you and your inner circle. Inner circle. Not everybody, your inner circle, which is usually your partner and your kids, or however that works for anybody. And that's why I laugh at these people who say they can be with they're hot stuff and they can be with all these players. This sounds draining. You know why I didn't become a player when I was younger? It's draining to talk to that many people. It's draining to get on here and talk to people. I cannot imagine giving my attention. And you got to give your people the right attention, right? Or they're going to say, what's wrong with you? So you got like 5 or 6 girls. How the hell do you do that? Let me know your secret. How many Red Bulls are you drinking? Because it's not possible to really, truly love more than one person. It's just not. Y'all don't love. We're just getting those feel-goods. We're getting our dopamine fixes. Remember that. I hope somebody this helps. It's not love. It's a dopamine fix. Which is the thing that brings you pleasure in your brain. It makes you happy. Dopamine is the happy the happy feeling. You have two babies. Could you imagine having 3 other side people? Honor yourself. Just because everybody else is doing it, not everybody else is doing it. Just they're big enough and loud enough that they're making it the illusion that everybody's doing it, but really not everybody's jumping on that gravy train to the toxic shadows. So think about it before you do, because it does have the toxic shadows have consequences that don't just come up within the next night, day, week. They can come out 10 years later, 20 years later. Be cautious. Honor yourself first. And if you choose you first, guess what? You'll never go wrong. Change me, divine beloved, into one who honors my emotions. Let me feel my feelings without judgment, and then release them. Show me how to be kind and loving to the child inside who needs care. Apparently we needed to rehear that again. We're going to go ahead and end this with the unfolding according to your will. Change me, divine beloved, into one who lets you guide things according to your will. May the highest unfold in all ways. So, as long as you honor yourself, especially this Valentine's Day, know that things are unfolding for you. And right now, I'm going to just tell you, be cautious out there on them toxic streets, because the karmic lessons are coming back in droves right now. Okay, like the planets, or the planet of karma and whatever, because I'm still learning astrology. I'm just going to say that karma is being handed out on a silver platter right now. Cold. Cold. Straight up cold. And I'm seeing people get their karma, and I'm like, damn. I'm not laughing because it's that terrible, dude. Like, honor yourself. Okay, because these karmic lessons, nobody's above God. Nobody's above your angels. And if you don't honor yourself, things will unfold. Anything that's in the dark will come out to the light, my friends. Yeah, this is showing, use your discernment. Trusting your plan. If something says it's not good, it's not good. Bye-bye. Don't question that, because I'm going to leave you with this. The devil works in confusion. The light does not. The light will give you all the answers, all the confirmations, all the everything that you need if you ask and give it permission to work with you. Because God gave us free will. And if we didn't have that free will, these demons would not be able to just manipulate us. They would be able to literally just come over here and take over. But we have to invite them in. So don't give permission to the darkness to come in and wreak havoc, because it doesn't have it doesn't have integrity. It doesn't have empathy. It's the darkness. And if you are around somebody that has some foul odors coming up out of them, out of their skin, and they've taken a shower, be careful of that, because 2 things about the darkness you can tell what are your 2 signs. One, if somebody walks really heavy. You ever fee, fi, fo, fum? That is one indication that they have a dark spirit. They're spiritually sick if they smell. And I'm not making fun of people. I'm saying they literally, it's exuding from their pores. And they've taken a shower. My mom's boyfriend back in the day was one of these dudes. And I found out that's called having a sick spirit. Because we can literally heal. Angels and everything can heal everything that's wrong with us. Believe it or not. Most of us will not give ourselves and be obedient to the light to allow that to work. But Lois Hay did. And she actually came out of a horrific... Go watch Lois Hay. Go try to find a video on Lois Hay and her childhood. She is the number one seller. She made the cards. Hay House. Lois Hay. And she taught people how to heal themselves through affirmations and heal themselves from cancer, heal themselves from HIV. It's all about a mindset, and it's all about who are you going to be obedient today? Because if you keep being obedient to your ego, which is tied into the darkness, if it's out of, you need your ego there. You can't get rid of your ego. You need your ego there as your protector, okay? That's what it's there for. But if you don't nurture your inner child, it starts becoming like a bad teenager who pushes you into bad decisions, and you're like, why did I do this? That's because your ego's running the show. Don't get too caught up on the terminologies. Just get caught up on the concepts that you always have a choice, good or bad. And it's not about good or bad, but it's each choice is going to have a consequence, good or bad. So make more decisions that are of the light, and the ones that are like, I've had to make some, and I'm like, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be like, I can't do this. Yes, I can do this. No, I can't do this. Yes, I can't do this. It's okay if you have to literally have a meltdown. But in the end, or my thing is, if I really don't understand it, I'm like, God, just please send me some signs, and be careful, because I was confused one day. I'm still getting signs off of God will send you as many signs as you need because they want clarity. Angels, people, like even spiritual readers, you'll know because we give you the clarity, the true information. In the darkness, it's always covered up. It's always confusing. It always seems very restricted, like I have to do this or nothing else. When I start feeling that way, guess what? I'm not going to make a decision, because I've always been told if it seems like the only decision is really hard and it's not the one that you want, wait. Stop making that, thinking you have to do it right now or it's never going to be done, because when you operate that, which most of society operates that way, because we're not taught, because they don't want us to know this, that if you don't make that, because most of them it's about buying something, because I used to be a salesperson. You got to get somebody to buy something right now or they're going to change their mind. When it happens with the divine, guess what? There's no changing their mind. If it's for you, it's for you. Nothing you can do, even on your journey of F-ups, can get you that thing taken away. Unless you just truly side with the darkness, then that's why people say God doesn't hear my prayers. No, you're not hearing his answers because you've got this guilt cloak over you from the darkness. And so it's really important, if you feel that way, talk to someone, because that's how you got to start speaking up. That's how they keep you down. That's how darkness keeps you down. I love you. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Send me her videos so I don't forget. Absolutely. If you guys would like a personal reading with me, I'm doing love messages. I'm doing a quick love message for $7. You can send me a message in my DM. Bye, Scott. Have a great day. And or if you'd like an angel reading, just go check out the link in my bio. Love and light, beautiful souls. I hope I could bring a lot of love and light into your hearts today and let you know that just because we have a silly holiday, love is the answer, and love is every day. It's not just today. And especially come back in 5 more days to come show me some love on my birthday. Love and light, beautiful souls. Have a great day.